Alright, CNT140, last piece of Chapter 17. I threw one more meter in here that's actually kind of handy for you. If you have a situation where you're trying to locate a cable out of a bundle or a tray, something like this, if I'm trying to locate a specific cable, or I have a situation where I've punched a bunch of cables in, into the patch panel, and I go to test them and I can't find one. Maybe I have something mislabeled. Maybe when I punched in, I cut a label off and I'm having trouble locating it. I can actually use another tool to help locate something like that. I'm going to use a special meter called a toner or probe, sometimes also called a fox and a hound, that will allow me to find that cable. And here's one example. This is called the fox and the hound, or the toner and the probe. And the gist is this. The toner end here, or on this end, this guy here, is going to emit an electronic warble, and this actually has some ports on that I can plug it into a network port. This guy actually has RJ11 to go into a phone jack, RJ45 to go into a data jack, and then it actually has clip leads to clip on the phone lines. This part emits an electronic warble that goes into phone jack, data jack, phone wire, so it emits that onto the cable. The probe part, this part here, the handle here or the handle here, the probe part is designed to try to pick that up. So the toner gets plugged in. The toner gets plugged into, in this case, it's actually clipped onto the wires and turned on, and it emits an electronic, warble, electronic signal into the wire. And then the probe part here is actually designed to pick up that little magnetic field around the cable, and there's a speaker here that it will broadcast that to you. So if I'm trying to find, again, a cable in a tray here, or a cable in a patch panel, I can put the probe near that whole bundle and kind of go cable by cable, just kind of start almost like you're touching every one, and when I get to the right one, I'll hear that signal come out of my probe, the speaker in the probe here, and that'll allow me to find it. So if I'm trying to locate a cable, or I punched in and I have, something labeled wrong, or I cut a label off, I can find that using a toner and probe. Very valuable tool when you need it. The last part of the chapter, they talk about troubleshooting approaches, and again, observe the whole problem. You got to know what's normal. I need to look for what's out of the ordinary, and then you kind of do the divide and conquer. Is there anybody else having a particular problem? Is it just one cable run? Is it anything on the whole patch panel? Is it just one port on the patch panel? And try to work your way through and kind of work your way down to the specific problem. And then again, as we were looking at our different meters, I would always start with a continuity meter and work your way into something more specific. The continuity meter is going to catch most of your problems for you. The wire map is going to show you maybe more detail of, and then the certification meter is going to give you the performance. And that toner and probe I showed you will allow you to find a cable out of a bundle. So again, kind of work your way through continuity, TDR, wire mapper, up to the certification. It's kind of an easy way to do that, work your way through the problem. And there's Chapter 7 on troubleshooting cabling problems.